Are you a photographer? Maybe you like to write, make videos, tell interesting stories. Do you like to create things? Did you know you can do these things in the Army Reserve and get paid for it? You will even get paid to go to school to learn and develop these skills and be trained on using the best new equipment to do so. I'm Command Sergeant Major Ryan Matson, and I'm here to tell you how you can make this happen.
The job is called Public Affairs Mass Communications Specialist. That's Military Occupation Specialty Code 46 Sierra for when you go to your recruiter to ask about it. The job of an Army Public Affairs Mass Communications Specialist is to tell the Army story by creating interesting products showcasing soldiers, their lives, their training, their missions, stateside and deployed. We do this through video stories, radio stories, written articles, photo releases, podcasts, you name it. Here's one way to describe our job. If you've ever seen the movie Good Morning Vietnam starring Robin Williams as an Army broadcaster, or Full Metal Jacket where Matthew Modine is a photojournalist, and you were to put those two characters together, you kind of have our job. I graduated from Penn State University with a degree in journalism in 1997 and enlisted in the Army September 12, 2001. The day before, my best friend from our hometown of Wyalusing, Pennsylvania, survived the terrible attack on our country from the 54th floor of Tower 1 of the World Trade Center. In my 20-plus years in the Army and Army Reserve, I've circled the globe countless times, telling the story of our Army's infantry soldiers at war, our pilots, our cooks, our mechanics, practically any soldier doing any job the Army has to offer. It has been my greatest honor to inform our country about their soldiers. I've been to Germany, Poland, Bulgaria, the Dominican Republic, Egypt, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Iraq, Afghanistan, all across the U.S. and 100 places in between, telling the tales of these amazing soldiers. I do this all while maintaining a full-time civilian job as a crime scene investigator with the Nashville Metropolitan Police Department. It's a job I got in part thanks to my Army training. So how can you join our team? Well, first things first, sit down on your computer or phone and go to the Go Army website and look up the 46 Sierra Mass Communications Specialist job description. Then, look up the requirements for the job. Step 1, contact a recruiter who can inform you of all of the bonuses and benefits you are eligible for from enlisting into the U.S. Army or Army Reserve. Step 2, take the ASVAB, basically a test to see where your aptitude strengths lie. Step 3, take a physical exam. Step 4, enlist into our career field and sign a contract and head off to basic training. Once you complete the basic combat training required for all soldiers to serve in the Army or Army Reserve, you will travel to Fort Meade, Maryland for 87 days of training at the Department of Defense Information School. This is abbreviated as DINFOS. At DINFOS, you will learn the fundamentals of Army storytelling through news writing, still photography, videography, and graphic design with service members from all branches of the military. After completing DINFOS, depending on where you live, you will travel to one of our 8 reserve locations throughout the Southeast. We have public affairs units in Birmingham, Alabama, Orlando, Florida, Cary, North Carolina, New Orleans, Louisiana, Atlanta, Georgia, Columbia, South Carolina, Memphis, Tennessee, and Nashville, Tennessee. You will report to Battle Assembly 1 weekend a month to receive additional training and experience to refine your skills. You will also participate in an annual training mission, roughly 2 weeks in duration, putting these skills to use. These missions can be anywhere in the world the Army is doing something. For example, in 2024, we had missions in Barbados, the Philippines, and numerous other exciting locations. Don't take my word for it. Here's testimonials from some of my soldiers about their experiences as a 46 Sierra in the Army Reserve.
Hi, my name is Specialist Kaylin Smith. My MOS is an incredible job that's given me amazing opportunities, like encouraging me to create my own photography business as a civilian, or being able to travel to Thailand for a mission. We are given high quality equipment in order to write stories, take photos, shoot videos, and create social media content. One huge perk of my MOS is that I can be assigned to cover missions or events in the US and abroad, giving me a chance to see the world. Every day is different. You might cover a ceremony one day or out document a field training exercise the next. I am honored to play a key role in telling the story of the Army and keeping soldiers and the public informed. It's a job where your voice, vision, and storytelling truly matters. I am part of the 215th Mobile Public Affairs Detachment Unit, located in New Orleans, Louisiana. The perks of my unit being located in New Orleans is that I am surrounded by the rich culture of music, food, art, and festivals like Mardi Gras and Jazz Fest. There's always something to experience. From beignets to gumbo, po' boys to crawfish, the local cuisine is unbeatable. 46 Sierra soldiers in New Orleans may cover high-profile events such as events at the World War II Museum or cultural stories. Joining the Army Reserve has truly been one of the best decisions I've ever made. I joined the Army Reserve to gain more discipline, confidence, and leadership skills. However, I joined the Army largely because of my dad, Command Sergeant Major Renee Smith. He served for 43 years and has always been my biggest inspiration. His dedication motivated me to follow in his footsteps, from being the guest speaker at my basic combat training graduation to me as one of his soldiers attending his last battle assembly before he retired. Overall, from following the legacy of my father to building lifelong bonds with fellow soldiers.
My name is Sergeant Alexander Morgan, and I am a Mass Communications Sergeant with the 210th Mobile Public Affairs Detachment in Cary, North Carolina. So I served on active duty from 2012 to 16. I originally enlisted as an 11 Bravo infantryman. I did a few different things. My first assignment when I got to my first duty station at Fort Knox in Kentucky was I was part of a reconnaissance platoon, and then when we went forward, I served on a personal security detail for the brigade commander in 1st Infantry Division. After I left active duty, I immediately started my academic career pursuing a bachelor's degree in English literature. It wasn't until over halfway through my degree when I found out about the public affairs job, which I never even knew existed while I was active duty. These are the soldiers that write and capture the story of the Army. My first assignment in the Army Reserve was at Fort Carson in Colorado with the 11th Expeditionary Combat Aviation Brigade as a mass communications sergeant. I actually ended up falling in love with photography, which I then picked up as a personal passion. And to be able to get on Blackhawks and other aircraft and, take photos while in the air and work with the pilots and crews was incredible. While serving a couple years with the 11th ECAP, I was able to finally build a portfolio that helped me land a civilian job working for a news station in Colorado Springs, where I got to film a lot of exciting stuff and work with some really cool people. Several months into working for the news, I was offered an opportunity to work as a technical documentarian in Panama City Beach, Florida, at the Naval Surface Warfare Center while on full-time active duty orders. And there are so many other positions like this all over the world, especially for public affairs soldiers. You also learn so much about all sorts of other jobs in the military that not a lot of people know about. I've had the chance to tell some incredible stories about some of the amazing things people have done outside of the uniform too. One of them was about a cop that actually convinced somebody not to take their own life and helped support them through their recovery. I never thought I would find a job in the Army that lets me pursue my passions like this one does.
So are you ready to join our team yet? Here's the contact information for myself and representatives from each of our 8 units across the Southeast. Join us in telling the Army story and use your talents to truly be all you can be. And remember, if you join our team, you're not just doing a job, you're covering a piece of American history.